This video is with regards to an introduction to calculus, specifically the subtopic of differentiation. Now it says we need to understand that differentiating a function gives the gradient function. So we need a definition of gradient. What is gradient? It is the measure of how much the line rise or ascend or fall, descend with respect to one unit change in the x direction. Now the rise or fall or ascend or descend, that is in the y direction. With respect to the x direction. So therefore, now let's look at the red line. Let's determine the gradient. Remember we said the gradient is the amount that y either increase or decrease when x increase by 1. So I repeat, remember we said gradient is the amount y either increase or decrease when x increase by 1. X is always viewed as increasing by 1. What is left now is to find out what is y doing, either increasing or decreasing, and by how much. So when you look at the red line, if we start in there, let's start there, right there. Let's increase x by 1. 2 to 3 is a 1 increase of x. Remember, x is on the horizontal axis and y is on the vertical axis. So when x increased by 1, we notice that y now is increasing by, that's 1, 2. From 1 to 3, that's 2 units. So therefore now the gradient there of this line is 2. Why? Because when x increases by 1, y is increasing by 2. So the gradient of this red line is 2. So now let's look at the gradient of the green line. We can start up there. 0 to 1, that's an increase of 1 on the part of x. So let's see what the y is doing. You can see now, well, for the red line, we have to go up. So that's why you have a positive 2. But for the green line, we have to go down to meet the line by how much? 1, 2. So right away now, the gradient of the green line is -2. Please take note of this as the definition for gradient. So just to conclude this video, let us say you've got a gradient of small m. a gradient of, let us say, 17, means that when x increases by 1, y increases also by 17. M equal negative 3.8 means that when x increases by 1, x is always increasing by 1, but y is the one that's doing whatever it feels like. Here, y is decreasing by 3.8. A decrease is expressed as a negative sign. An increase is expressed as a positive sign.